Welcome to Mickey, Marvel, and More, Disney news, commentary, and opinion. From theme parks to Thanos and from Skywalker to Skyliner, my family and I will discuss it all. So let's go!
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Hello, Mark here, and welcome to another episode of Mickey, Marvel, and More. Thanks so much for joining us today. After two back-to-back episodes devoted to our Halloween on the High Seas Disney Cruise Trip Report, we are back with our regular format, with Disney news, opinion, and a family chat. Speaking of the family chat, the team has a really good one for episode 45. Have you ever heard of the term Disney adult? Is it a compliment, an insult, or a badge of honor? Are you one? Are we ones? I mean, come on. Mickey, Marvel, and More? This one seems like more of a self-fulfilling prophecy. Join us for the family chat to talk all about it. But first, we've got a little listener mail.
What message? The one you've just been playing. The one you're carrying inside your rusty innards.
This episode's mail comes from Michelle. Michelle sent us a message regarding last episode's Disney Cruise Line trip report, where we were focusing on the food and the rotational dining. Michelle asked if all of the food and drinks were included in the price of your cruise. Great question. I guess with all of our ramblings, we didn't really include some of the basics about a Disney cruise. Yes, on a Disney cruise, all of the food and drinks, excluding alcohol, of course, are included. All of the quick service locations and all of the rotational dining locations are included, as well as all of the soft drinks, water and coffee and tea that you can handle. And it also includes room service. The only charge you will get is if you want to book a dinner at one of the upscale restaurants that your Disney cruise ship offers. Most Disney cruise ships have at least one or two upscale restaurants. You would typically book one or two of those before your cruise. There are also usually a couple of fancy coffee shops or maybe an ice cream parlor that will be an upcharge as well. One other note is that drinks or snacks outside of the movie theaters or the Walt Disney Theater, where you have all your main stage shows, also charge for drinks and snacks. But if you plan ahead, you can bring a couple of sodas from the drink stations up on the pool deck or the buffet location before your shows. The other thing to note is that Disney is one of the few cruise lines that doesn't charge you for a soda package. To be fair, Disney is one of the more expensive cruise lines, but it is just something to keep in mind. Also, if you're looking for a comparison of Disney Cruise Line versus Royal Caribbean Cruise Line, hop back in the Mickey, Marvel, and More archives and take a listen to episode number 12 for our complete breakdown. Thanks for the question, Michelle. Or should I say, friend of the show, Michelle. Soon, we will be sending you your welcome package. Lucky for us, hot air in an empty box is cheap to ship. But now, back to it. Since we have been gone, there's been a lot of Disney news to catch up on. So let's get right to some news from in and around the Disneyverse.
Is that why you've come? To end the Avengers?
I've come to save the world. But also, yeah.
First up, recently at New York Comic Con, Disney made some major Marvel-related Disney Plus announcements. So if you're a big fan of the Marvel TV show universe, we've got some incredible news for you. The first big reveal that was dropped is that Wonder Man will arrive on January 27th, 2026 to Disney's streaming platform. And they also dropped an official trailer for this project, which is linked inside the article in this episode's show notes. For those unfamiliar with Wonder Man, in the comics, the origin story goes a little something like this. Simon Williams, the son of an industrialist, is experimented on by Baron Zemo using iconic rays to gain superhuman powers. But it looks like the new twist on this version is that Simon Williams is an actor who is auditioning for a remake of the movie Wonder Man, and the filmmaker intends to apparently give him real superpowers for the movie project. Based on the trailer, it clearly looks like this is going to be a comedy. I think I can best describe it as the greatest American hero meets Marvel with just the tiniest splash of the television show The Boys thrown in there. Be sure to check out the trailer in the show notes. I think this one might be a fun ride. Next up, Marvel Television revealed that the second season of Daredevil Born Again will arrive in March 2026. I am very much looking forward to season 2 of what I consider to be one of the best Marvel television shows in a long time. And for those of you out there who enjoy Marvel's animated fare, Disney and Marvel have you covered there as well. Season 2 of X-Men 97 arrives on Disney Plus in the summer of 2026. And then soon after that, Season 2 of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man hits Disney Plus screens in the fall of 2026. But quite possibly the biggest Marvel Television Disney Plus announcement to come out of New York Comic Con was the confirmation that Vision Quest will finally hit the small screen in 2026. Paul Bettany is confirmed to come back as Vision, and in a super cool surprise, James Spader will be returning as Ultron. Ultron was last seen being defeated in the second Avengers film, Avengers Age of Ultron. Vision Quest will follow the journey of White Vision, dealing with all of his Red Vision memories, including memories from within the Hex, which happened during the television show WandaVision. White Vision's journey during the show is all about his attempt to connect with those memories and who he was, but with lasers. Vision Quest is the final installment in the trilogy that started with WandaVision and continued with Agatha all along. It's been made clear by the production team that its team is full of members who have been massive MCU fans for decades, and they promise that the fans of Marvel lore will be very rewarded. WandaVision was the project that launched the Marvel Television Universe on Disney Plus, and is commonly regarded as one of the best. So to say that this follow-up has been eagerly awaited is definitely no exaggeration. It looks like the coming months are going to be jam-packed on Disney Plus with second seasons and new Marvel television shows. The Mickey, Marvel, and More team is very much looking forward to all of these shows as well, and we will be sure to let you know all of our thoughts and opinions as time goes on, so stay tuned.
Now the magic of Disney comes to your computer and video game system with exciting products from Disney Interactive.
So this one is a bit of a head-scratcher for me. AI has been a huge topic of conversation for a while now, and it was even part of the shutdown strike in Hollywood. And now, AI is coming to Disney Plus. Yeah, that's right, you heard me right, Disney Plus. During the company's fourth quarter earnings call, Bob Iger revealed that Disney Plus will soon incorporate artificial intelligence in new and unexpected ways, including the ability for users to create their own AI-generated content. What now? Iger went on to say that the Disney Plus platform will see the biggest and most significant changes from a production perspective and from a technology perspective since they launched in 2019. The changes coming to Disney Plus include a number of game-like features supported by Fortnite developers Epic Games, and a brand new focus on user participation. So essentially, through the powers of AI, people are going to be able to have the ability to create user-generated content and to consume user-generated content from others. I understand Disney adding game-like features to their app. A lot of other streaming app developers have done something similar. But for an entertainment company to allow others to use their characters to create their own videos, well, it just seems weird to me. I 100% understand that they want to drive more eyeballs to the app and get more engagement from users, but this just seems like a strange move. This is something that isn't going to happen right away, but it is going to be really interesting when they do add this feature. I suppose this could be brilliant, but it could also make for some really bizarre content. I can't wait to see Yoda and Elsa having a picnic on the gaming grid from Tron. We'll keep you posted about all these ongoing changes.
Seabase outlet to surface control. All hydrolators pressurized. Prepare for boarding.
10-4 Seabase. Hydrolators now boarding for departure to Visitor Center at sub-level 5.
Finally today, it's once again time for our favorite kind of news here on Mickey, Marvel, and More. Disney Animal News. It looks like the Mickey, Marvel, and More team on our Disney cruise weren't the only ones out enjoying themselves on the water, because after almost 7 months of living at the seas at EPCOT, Mermaid the Manatee has been released back into the wild. Mermaid was found in the Homosassa River in Florida, needing critical care in February, and arrived at the seas in March. At the time, she was approximately 525 pounds. Her name came from the split in her tail resembling that of a mermaid. Disney's animal care team helped her to regain her strength and weight of at least 600 pounds. Apparently, times of the year with cold snaps have a higher level of success for manatees' reintroduction into the wild. So that's why they chose this time of the year to release our big friend Mermaid back to the Homosassa River that she was found in. While it's sad to say goodbye to one of our manatee friends, it's great to know that the seas at EPCOT with their short-term rehabilitation center have been helping so many manatees. Don't worry though, guests can still visit Tanimura and Cider the manatees as they continue to rehabilitate at the seas at EPCOT. Stay tuned to Mickey, Marvel, and More as we continue to keep you posted with all of the big and tiny Disney animal news.
Come on, everybody. Here we go. Off to Neverland.
Hello, my name is Mark and I'm a Disney adult.
Hello, my name is Laura, and I'm a Disney adult.
Hi, my name is Lauren, and I'm also a Disney adult.
So, as you may imagine, today in the family chat, we are going to talk about Disney adults. So, what is a Disney adult? Is it an insult? Is it a badge of honor? Or is it something maybe in between? So, to help me break this down today, as always, my lovely wife Laura is here with me.
Happy to be back.
And if you may have noticed off the top, we have a special guest with us. Thank you for joining us, Lauren.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Lauren is a family friend that very much emphasis on family, because we have recently been upgraded by her son Logan to the mythical status of non-blood related aunt and uncle.
Sorry, you're stuck.
So I feel like that we are definitely part of the gang, and we were just informed that we are on the non-block list when Lauren's phone goes to the do not disturb mode. So we feel very, very honored, and we're honored to have you here with us.
I'm honored to be here.
So let's talk quickly a little bit about Lauren. So she has been a Disney fan, I assume, for all of your life for the most part.
Yeah, we'll go with all that. That's easier than the math.
Well, just to establish a little bit of street cred, what is your earliest Disney memory?
Probably my earliest and best Disney memory is my parents taking me to Walt Disney World when we were 4, and Mary Poppins befriended me, like enough at the character breakfast.
Oh my.
And then waved to me at the parade, like, "Hi, Lauren."
And it was the same Mary Poppins in your mind, wasn't it?
Oh,
And
wow.
of course it's the same Mary Poppins.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There's only one.
Oh, I spoke
She's
out of turn.
practically perfect in every way. What are you talking about?
And not to lift the curtain too much about the show, she is also our second official friend of the show.
Still rude.
I know. She was pretty sure she was the first, but she took a very long time crafting her very well thought out soliloquy all about the movie Wish.
Listen, it's a very overlooked, underrated movie.
It was. It all stemmed from an episode that Zach and I did about the state of Disney animation. And we were talking about how they just don't know how to market their films. And because of that, people miss out on a lot of good films like Wish. So we are here today to talk about Disney adults. And as we sit around this table, we're all pretty sure we're probably Disney adults. Mm-hmm. But I have always been a little bit hesitant to claim that moniker because I don't know if you've been on the internet anytime in the last 10 or so years, you have seen Disney adult term sort of used as a slam or a put down. And whenever I hear the term Disney adult, even if somebody is not accusing me of being one, notice I use the word accused, telling me that I am a Disney adult, they're just talking about it, I get defensive. And I start saying, well, you know, there's all kinds of different Disney adults. And, you know, that's not me. I'm a different kind of, which is probably the wrong way to process it. So let's talk about it. Laura, what is a Disney adult?
So a Disney adult is an adult who is a massive fan of Disney. They are the kind of people that go to the theme parks, they watch all the movies, they watch Disney Plus shows, they may collect Disney items, they could collect Disney merch, cosplay as Disney characters, or Disney bound, as we've discussed in a prior episode. They can do any or all of those things, but it's basically anybody who is a massive fan of Disney.
So as you were listing all those things off, I look over at Lauren and she's raising a finger for everything that she has qualified for.
Yes.
So do you think that it is an insult that people use, though? I mean, is that a common, because that's the way I always perceive it. And maybe I'm wrong and maybe I'm just being defensive, but I always feel that way.
So I think it's typically used as a derogatory term.
Yes.
And honestly, a year ago, had you asked me if I was a Disney adult, I would have responded just like you did and said, no, no, no. I go with my children to Disney. This is a family activity. Disney adults are weirdos. You know, they are those childless millennials that you see posting videos of themselves, you know, decked out in the full Disney attire and elbowing their way to the front of the character greeting. Lauren?
Well, except for the kid thing. Yeah. That's
You were raising your hand on that one as if, are you one of those millennials that elbows your way to the front of the line?
100%. No, I do follow what the cast members tell me to when I'm at either theme park.
So do you think of it as an insult sometimes?
I think it depends on how it's said
Yeah.
and kind of who says it, right? Like, I think if we say it to each other, it's a proud moniker, right? Like, I'm a very proud Disney adult. I love it. It makes me happy. You know, what's wrong with that anymore? But yeah, I think for those who don't understand and aren't willing to let other people have their joy, yeah, I think it can be completely used as an insult.
Well, and you and I are actually a member of another often made fun of group, AFOLs.
Oh, well, listen.
Adult fans of Lego.
I'm that. I'm also a Harry Potter fan.
Potterhead.
I'm a Potterhead, a proud Hufflepuff at that. So I've got a lot going for me in the fandom.
You have a lot of irons in the fire in the fandom department.
I do, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Maybe we should do a Lego podcast, you and I.
Sold.
So back to Disney adults. So are there categories of Disney adults?
Well, I think Disney adults are a spectrum, and they are a wide, all-inclusive group, which the more I learn about it and the more I learn about different kinds of Disney adults, I think is really a wonderful thing. Mm-hmm. And so it can include everybody from the, you know, fervent super fans that I was describing earlier that maybe, you know, there was the viral video of the woman falling to her knees in front of Cinderella Castle in tears because she was so overcome with emotion at being, you know, in the theme parks. And you see the again, viral videos of the adults who are pushing the kids out of the way to get to the front of the parade line or the front of the character greeting line.
Yeah.
You know, that is a kind of Disney adult that I don't think anybody wants to be like, you know. But I think at the end of the day, there is nothing wrong with immersing yourself in something that makes you happy.
Agreed.
Now, the other side of the coin is there are people that criticize and that say, well, Disney is fantasy and
Disney is for kids.
Disney is for kids. When you go to a theme park, that's not real life. That's all a sanitized version of reality. And you're just living in this fantasy land, not to.
Wow. You coined a phrase there.
Right. But my attitude is, what's wrong with that? What's wrong? As long as you aren't living in a fantasy world full time, there is nothing wrong with collecting things that bring you joy, with going to movies that bring you joy, with visiting theme parks, if that brings you joy. Mm-hmm. There's nothing wrong with doing those things.
Well, as Sophie, Zach's fiance, often says, I don't want to yuck somebody else's yum.
100%.
I love that phrase. That is my favorite phrase.
It's a great one.
And, you know, I think something that a lot of people forget about is Walt created the parks for children and their parents to enjoy together. This was not something that he created specifically for children. It was for children and their parents and adults to enjoy all together. And I mean, if you really think about things that are in Disney movies or in the theme parks, it's not all for kids. I mean, there are things there that, there's humor in Disney movies that are for the parents, for the adults. There are aspects of the theme parks that are definitely for adults. So I think it is the kind of fandom and genre that can and should be enjoyed by everybody.
Wow, up on the soapbox. I've got to say that I feel like probably one of Lauren's favorite films, Emperor's New Groove.
The best movie ever made.
I think, yeah, even above Wish after your...
Oh, 100%.
Okay. Well, because I think that 50% of that film is for adults because the jokes are just so rapid fire that kids aren't going to get them.
Mm-mm.
And it's just some of the moments in that thing that movie that really stand out and draw attention to themselves. That it is one of my favorites too.
It's one of the best movies ever made. Period.
Full stop.
Full stop.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Another underrated Disney gem, I think. Although, side note, on our Disney Halloween cruise that we took not too long ago.
That's right.
There were so many Emperor's New Groove costumes.
Yes.
I was
Full
surprised.
families.
Full families. I was surprised
Full of
by how
Disney
many.
adults.
Now, maybe it just sort of stuck out to me, but you would expect, maybe one group with Emperor's New Groove. There were multiple groups
We
in
easily
Emperor's New Groove
saw
costumes.
5 or 6.
Yeah, groups.
Families
Families.
doing the whole thing.
Yep.
I have tried for years to convince my husband we should be Yzma and Krunk for Halloween. So I think once Logan is over dressing up with like the unified family costumes, I might be able to break this down.
So, and that brings me to another point. You're talking about, when Logan grows up or, we're about to be the quote unquote empty nesters when Parker goes to college.
I'll drop Logan off. You'd laugh.
But when Parker goes to college, we're going to be empty nesters. And I've heard some people criticize saying that why do grown adults go to any Disney theme park by themselves? And that is sort of also used as an insult.
But my response is, why do you care?
Exactly.
Like, why do people care where I go on vacation?
Maybe part of this is I have a problem with what people think of me.
Mm-hmm.
Man, psychoanalyzation on Mickey, Marvel, and more. Who knew that was coming,
You're
huh?
welcome. You're welcome. I bring out our deepest thoughts and conversations.
Though, I think Disney is just like any other fandom.
Mm-hmm.
If my fandom was being a basketball fan and I wore my favorite team's gear out in public all the time, I went to all the games, I would watch it anytime it's on TV, I would collect memorabilia having to do with that basketball team, no one would give it a second thought.
No.
No matter how passionate I was about it, no matter how much money I spent on it, no one would give it a second thought. But because it's Disney, and sometimes I think people like to hate things that are innocent and sweet and joyful, people are going to criticize.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard for years, like, oh, you're going to Disney again? Well, yeah, I'm going to Disney again because my husband and I enjoy it. Or, we went to Disney after Logan, he was about 2, had some health issues. I told Lane when he was cleared, we were going, and he was cleared, and we went. My child was not even 2 years old yet. I don't know that he remembers. It doesn't matter. It was that joy. It was that celebration, him meeting Mickey for the first time.
Yeah.
I mean, let people have their joy, right? Like, I'm also a Broncos fan. I'm a football fan, but if I want to go to a game, let me enjoy my game. If I want to go do a cheese tour at the EPCOT Food and Wine Festival, let me go do a cheese tour and enjoy
And who
my
doesn't want to
cheese.
do a cheese tour?
They're wrong if they don't.
I didn't really think about it that way, but yeah, I mean, I guess because sports fans are so normalized, I guess is the right term, that you don't think twice about somebody wearing cheese on their heads and painting their faces and, wearing their team's favorite jersey or their player's favorite jersey, constantly until it's worn out and they don't wash it because it's bad luck to wash it. But then you've got a Disney fan who wears a Kronk shirt and suddenly they're the weirdo.
Right. But also, back to your social media of the people crying in front of the castle or et cetera, think about the social media videos of
Mhm.
the sports fans that get so mad because
Oh,
the
yeah.
Cowboys screw up again and they throw their remote at their TV
And
or
break
they,
their television.
right, they break a, $2,100 television because the Cowboys missed a field goal or whoever. So, I think we all have our extremes in our fandoms and our happy things, but leave Disney people alone.
Well, I
Leave
think it's
Britney alone.
I think it's probably those extremes and social media that has made those extremes so visible. And I think that causes problems for all kinds of different fandoms. I mean, but it seems like when you see a sports guy listen to me, a sports guy, watching the sports ball on the television, he breaks his television and everybody just thinks it's funny. But you've got somebody who breaks down and crying in front of Cinderella and, oh my gosh, look at these weird people. So there's still a different reaction even to that. And I think, there are extremes to any fandom. And, one of the things that I have seen a lot of online that kind of angers me, because they call these people Disney adults, are the people that hoard popcorn buckets or they try to get to the front of the line and buy as many as they can because they want to resell them. Now, those may not be Disney adults. Those may just be scalpers, I suppose.
Yeah, and I think there's an argument to be made there. And same with the scalpers that, buy all the tickets and, Taylor Swift tickets or even, football and basketball, et cetera, right? Like there's always going to be the few that ruin it for the many.
But then they get labeled Disney adults, and it makes it even worse for those of us who have a completely different view of the topic.
Which is why I don't care when people say it to me in a derogatory way. Because then that just makes me feel sad for them. Yeah. You're welcome, Mark.
So
Full circle.
So as we were talking about before, Disney adults, that term has been around for a while. And does it have some sort of historical significance? I mean, where did it come from?
I mean, I think it probably came from social media influencers that kind of coined that phrase over time. But, we've talked a little bit about social media today, but we haven't really talked about Disney's own view of Disney adults. And, as I was thinking about this a little bit further, Disney actually has targeted adults for years for their marketing campaigns, either for films or more particularly the theme parks. So in the mid-1990s, early 1990s actually, they started really pushing Disney as a honeymoon destination. And if you recall, where did we go for our honeymoon?
It did.
Yep. And
you did as well.
So did Lauren and Lane.
Yep. So, that's obviously a destination that is meant, or a marketing campaign that is targeted to adults. And about 10 years after that, Disney started doing a marketing campaign that was called Enjoy Disney Without the Kids. Again, another marketing campaign that was just targeted to adults. Then in the 2010s, you may recall Disney had their Disney Baby website and marketing campaign. And I think our sister-in-law, Nicole,
who was a previous guest on the Family Chat.
Previous guest on the Family Chat.
Disney.
She worked on that, which is what really brought it to our attention. And the Disney Parent initiative that they were starting with their online presence.
And that's where Zach's face ended up in Times Square as a Disney baby.
Yeah.
He couldn't participate because we were family to Nicole, but she used his picture as part of their campaign.
Oh, that's so fun.
I'll have to show you the picture later.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, in that 2000 to 2010, they were focusing on new parents, which again is another aspect of the company that they were really trying to market to adults. Fast forward to today, what is Disney's latest marketing initiative that I know we're getting a lot of stuff about? Their story living communities.
That's right.
They're 55 and older communities that Disney has developed, and I get ads for them all the time.
You just lifted the curtain a little bit about the 55 or older.
Oops.
Sorry, at 40, I don't have those yet. Sorry.
No AARP in your mailbox yet?
Yet. Give it a few years.
So yeah, the communities, they're talking about building them and growing them, and they're targeting people who may or may not want to retire to someplace like that.
Did I just hear we're all moving to Orlando after I retire?
think you did.
Okay.
Will it be as an older retired Disney adult? Do you think they'll let me be a Jungle Cruise skipper, or will I have to be the guy that drives the boat back and forth to the parking lot? Which that always seems to be older men.
A cruise skipper,
right? I mean, am I too old for that?
No.
I think maybe I am.
Nope. Nope. Perfect fit.
Okay, as we wrap up, I think this actually segues into a great topic. What is your dream Disney job if you were to work at Disney? I think, Mark, you just said it.
I just said it. Mine has been and will always be, I would want to be a theme park Jungle Cruise skipper. It could be Disneyland. It could be in Magic Kingdom. Anywhere where they have a Jungle Cruise, I would want to do it. That's my dream job.
And for me, again, age being no object, I would want to be a princess in a Disney parade, on the float, waving to people.
No, that's the primo job for a character.
Look, if I'm going to dream big.
I was going to say I need to be 20 years younger, and then I can go back and audition for a princess. But yeah, for sure a princess. I would probably do parade or meet and greet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the parade, we've read about this before, the parade is considered to be the primo face character job, and they kind of look down on the others who are meet and greeters.
Yeah, that's a topic for another day.
That is a topic for another. So as we wrap this up, do you feel like that you are a Disney adult and you are proud? Honey, what do you think?
I am a proud Disney adult. Absolutely.
Lauren?
I am a proud Disney adult, even with 2 Disney tattoos.
Nice. That's right. So I will no longer preface myself as a Disney adult with an asterisk saying I've got to explain it away. I am a card carrying, literally, because I've got the Visa card. I am a card carrying Disney adult, and I'm going to shout it loud and proud and wave my freak flag.
I'm so proud of you.
I'm so proud of both of you.
I'm proud of you.
Oh, it's the Mutual Admiration Society. All right, guys. Thanks so much for joining us. Thank you, honey, for being here again. And Lauren, thank you for being a first-time guest on Mickey, Marvel, and More.
Thank you for having me.
Hopefully, if there's another topic that you feel like you would be interested in talking about, let us know, and we'll see if maybe we can work it out.
Sounds wonderful.
All right. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time.
I know. I'll turn him into a flea. A harmless little flea. And then I'll put that flea in a box. And then I'll put that box inside of another box. And then I'll nail that box to myself. And when it arrives, I'll smash it with a hammer.
Thanks so much for joining us for another episode of Mickey, Marvel, and More. And a big thank you to my wife, Laura, and our amazing family friend / family, Lauren, for joining us for our Disney Adult Support Group. One of us. Seriously, though, embrace whatever it is you love, and everybody else can just go pound some sand. Also, a big thank you goes out to our newest friend of the show, Michelle. Thanks for writing in with a great question. If you want to be just like Michelle, then head on down to the show notes and use the links to any of our socials to leave us a message, family chat idea, or maybe a hot tip we can use down at the dog track. Of course, you can always use our email address, Mickey, Marvel, and More, all one word, @gmail.com. And if we read your message on the show, you'll become an official friend of the show. And with that title and a secret handshake with a $100 bill on the inside of it, we'll get you a great seat at your favorite restaurant. And while you're there in the show notes, make sure you check out links to all of the news stories we talked about today, as well as a link to the trailer for the new television show Wonder Man. As always, if you enjoyed this episode, my name is Mark, and this has been Mickey, Marvel, and More. If you didn't, my name is Pete, and you've been listening to Get Flushed, a podcast dedicated to all things toilet related. Join us next week for our discussion about best and worst toilet paper. No, really, this is an actual podcast. Look it up. We'll see you next time.